Hello everyone, I'm Tanya Gundu and I'll be showcasing an AI powered project that extracts and summarizes the spoken content from meeting recordings and generates a detailed code review report. Now, this tool integrates speech recognition, natural language processing, and GitHub repository analysis to streamline code review process. Now, I will be explaining what each of the main functions do in this code. And before coming to them, firstly, we will upload a video file which serves as input for processing. And then the uploaded file is saved temporarily for further operations. Now this particular function extracts audio from the uploaded video using this module here, movie.editor, and then the extracted audio will be stored in .wav format to ensure like compatibility with speech to text models. Like it will make easier in future to process them. So the temporary files are handled here properly in try and accept block, like to prevent any memory leaks or storage issues. Now coming to the second function, this will be fetching text from the extracted audio file. So what it actually is doing that it will be loading the extracted audio file and processes it into smaller chunks, or you can say in smaller segments. Yeah, it will be process the extracted audio file into smaller segments for better transcription accuracy, and to do so it will leveraging on the module like speech recognition. By using this module, it will be converting the speech to text, and it also includes a error handling part which uh, which will be handling any kind of like inaudible recordings or unclear or unorganized recordings. Now coming to the third and last part, that here I have used a Hugging Face API token, selecting some LLM to refine the extracted text. Like I have a raw a transcription. I have generated a raw transcription before, and now I need to refine that transcription into some meaningful like text. So the extracted text must have to be structured and a concise transcription, right, to further proceed with this. So, and here prompting plays a significant role. Like a good prompt ensures that the summary captures key insights while like eliminating all the redundant content without losing any essential details. So prompting plays a major role here. And now I will this temperature parameter, it controls the randomness of the AI model's response, and I have experimented with different values. Basically, the most efficient values lies within the range from 0 to 1, and I have experimented with different kind of values, and what I have observed and concluded is that the lower values make the output more deterministic, which is actually needed and intended uh, for generating the report. Like it will ensure any logical, and it will make sure the output is context related. Whereas the higher value, in case of higher values, it increases the randomness, which results into more like creative response, which is not actually intended here. And that creative response and all these things make the make the output less predictable. So the lower values gives us the more concise and context related context over here. Now finally, to generate the report, this function to generate the code review report, first of all we need to fetch relevant GitHub repository data, and we will be fetching them from using this particular function over here. Yes, this function get GitHub content will be fetching any publicly available GitHub repositories code content, and then it will help to generate the final report. Yes, and again here we can see the prompting plays a major role here. So kind of the model relies on a well structured prompt to refine the raw transcript that we have generated previously. It will help to refine the raw transcript into some meaningful summaries. So to extract the transcript and the repository data, after extracting all those things like the transcript by refining the raw transcript and then getting the repository data from this particular function, we will be feeding all those things into another LLM. Both of these things are then be fed to another LLM to generate the final report. And here in the prompting, as you can see, I have instructed the AI to focus on some particular things like sticking to the context of the code in the GitHub repository here. And secondly, I have asked it to take actionable, to give actionable recommendation based on the discussion, well structure report it should generate. And lastly, I have asked it's to assign tasks to contributor if there are any developer being mentioned, like it will be assigning the task to any mentioned developer in the meeting transcription. And finally, generate the report in a well structured way, like in I have asked it to generate the report in markdown format, and as and it will be like the markdown format will be readable, more readable, and it will make ease to access the report for further processing or for to read or further processes. Yeah, and as a result of all this prompting, which I can say, it highlights key areas for improvement from a meeting and then suggested potential fixes. And yeah, that's all. And after all this report generation and thing, and here is the entry point of my code. From here, it starts the entry point. And as this tool makes code review more efficient by integrating here the AI driven GitHub repository analysis, it's been integrating that and transcription generation and then finally a final report generation. And this particularly helps developers to stay organized and focused on improving the code quality more. And I'll be now switch to a quick demonstration to showcase whatever I have done so far. I have used a Streamlit application for frontend. Let me start it once again. And what I'll be accessing another GitHub repository here, which is publicly available, the webhook repository. I have intentionally added some like errors here, and they recorded a a meeting recording basically on where the function, where the code needed to be updated or where fixations are needed. And I have recorded all those things, and I'll be feeding the same video to fetch any kind of fixation that's being discussed in the meeting. And I will also see if it's handling like if any developers names are mentioned, if it's handling the particular prompt to assign tasks to that particular developer. So here I need to fill up all these credentials. I'll be quickly filling up with the required credentials here. I have experimented with different kind of models, Metalama from Grok, and then Mistral from Hugging Face Hub. And Mistral kind of succeed to give the most concise and context-oriented report yet so far. And here I need my GitHub URL. Let me quickly switch to that. Fetch my GitHub URL. Pasting that into here. We'll be analyzing the code that's there within the main folder. You can say main file. Now I need to enter my GitHub token here. GitHub, I have stored it in my env file to better accessing it from here. And I'll be uploading the video file which I have mentioned previously, like where I have discuss about the like fixations, and where any kind of modifications or any other way to write the code is needed. And it will generate a report, and as well as a raw transcript, like an extracted text, a transcript which will be showcasing what audio my model has fetched from the video. And then that particular summary or the transcripted text will be then fed again to LLM. For my case, it's Mistral. Then the LLM will be comparing it with the code context that's been fetched from my repository. And then it will compare both of the components there, my transcription transcripted text and the audio files, and then finally will generate a report. Let me go quickly. Yeah, it has generated a report and successfully assigned to a developer, as I have mentioned in the video, that Tanya. So it assigned that to the developer of that, who is liable or responsible to handle or write the code in that particular repository, or who is working on that. And then task assignments. So here I had asked to like handle events. Basically what was written in the code is a git webhook event, like a webhook event fetching code. Like the developer is uh, assigned to fetch the events from the webhook, like the webhook events, and then it will store in a MongoDB in the MongoDB, and then it will be showing the output in some user interface in a particular iteration of time or particular interval of times. Now the developer has managed to like handle two events. One is push here and one is pull request. So I have asked the developer to implement more of these events. So it captures this from the meeting recording that the person asked the developer to like introduce more events, like and add authentication to the API, as I have said or mentioned in the video, that assigning no API makes the thing vulnerable. So I have asked to authenticate the API. And the incorrect day formatting needed to be like updated, an improperized conversion. So it's basically generating a report and giving us the report based on the extracted text. It's the raw transcription or the summary that we have got from the audio. Then fetching this particular transcription with the GitHub repository code, and through a strong and efficient prompting, it has generated a well-structured report, that too in a markdown format, which further can be downloaded and be seen here. Yeah, that's all. Now, these tools, as I have mentioned earlier, would like makes the code review more efficient by integrating all these AI-driven like report analysis, repository analysis, and report generation. Yeah, that's all. Thank you.